This is DMG and welcome to 7DSystem, where we're going to talk about building a dice pool, bonuses, and checks. So building a dice pool when doing standard ability checks in 7DSystem is about the abilities, fortes, expertise, and speciality that the character is in, adding dice to your pool from those, then going and adding bonuses, as well as then advantages and story value. Now, all these aspects we will do separate videos on. This is just a basic primer on how building the dice pool actually works. So on the 7DSystem profile sheet for your character, this is version 0.93, so you may see a newer version to this one in the future. But you will find all the abilities down here. So you've got physical, you've got mental, you've got social, you've got creative, you've got senses, you've got education, constitution, and emotion down the bottom. So all of these have ranks in them. So you earn ranks by actually performing things in the game. So by succeeding on dice rolls, you earn experience and gain ranks. So we'll talk more about that in character progression, XP, and how you earn ranks. But in terms of building the actual dice pool, one of the key things to remember is that with 7DSystem, you always get a dice, you always get a roll. So to represent that, you always have what we call the base dice. So you always get one dice. So that's the beginning of your dice pool. Onto that is then added 2 dice from your abilities, how many ranks you have in abilities. So, and then you can add in ranks from forte, of which there would be another 2, and then ranks from expertise, from which there are another 2, and then ranks in speciality, of which you can only ever have 1 speciality, and that gives you an additional 5 dice. So that's the primary dice pool. To that, you will then add bonuses. So bonuses are effectively like innate abilities and magical abilities that a character would have, and you will have that listed underneath your ability. You would have, say, emotion ability bonus, and you would always get a bonus dice, or several dice, depending on the type of species that you are. Those bonuses are then added into the dice pool, and any character that has bonuses will effectively rise up in ranks faster than characters that don't have bonuses. So when we get to doing checks against other characters or against other NPCs and things like that, you use ranks to determine the difficulty level. So we'll get into that in another video. In that case, bonuses don't apply. So bonuses only apply when you're actually making a check yourself, not when someone is making a check against you. So after the abilities, fortes, expertise, speciality, and the bonuses, you can also add dice from certain advantages. So things like taking time to do something, being in a decent situation, or having the correct equipment for this task. Those things will add additional dice to it. So those sort of advantages are on the 7DSystem reference sheet. So both of these sheets are actually available from the 7dsystem.com website, where you can actually just download these to check them out. Now, we haven't talked about combat yet, and we haven't talked about how the dice change for combat, but what you're interested in is down the bottom here. Now, this is version 0.84. So fully expect this to change when it gets to release. So after all those advantages, the other things that can add dice to the dice pool is story value, which we'll go into in a separate video, and also the director's discretion. So the director may feel like, you need a few extra dice to complete this task. So the director may, at his own discretion or her own discretion, add dice to your dice pool. So there are absolutely no limit to how many dice you can actually be rolling. However, it's difficult to get up to very large numbers like 15. So most of the time you're going to be rolling sets of about 7 dice or even less. So when you get into specialties and things like that, that's when you'll start to go out, but you only have a specialty in one thing. So you don't have massive dice pools all the time. So that is a primer on building a dice pool, bonuses and checks. In the next video, we're going to be talking about heroes, experience, and character progression. Now, if you like this video, click the like button. If you'd like to support these videos, check me out on patreon.com/7DSystem. And if you want to see me in social media, facebook.com/7DSystem and Twitter as well. Don't forget to share these videos with your friends or your gaming group if you may be interested in taking this up in the future. Thank you for viewing this video, and I will see you in the next one. There's plenty more to come.